I'm Janet Fluty. I'm a registered dietitian. I work at McDowell Wellness Center, where I also teach classes as well. I teach spin classes over there. And I've been with Ephraim for 13 years. A healthy weight we often hear as that weight that would reduce your risk for various diseases such as heart disease, diabetes, certain cancers, gallbladder disease, and it even can be linked to mental illness. Being overweight or obese can actually have mental effects as well. And a lot of times we use the standard BMI to determine what a healthy weight would be. Although the BMI is kind of imperfect in that it takes into consideration your height and your weight, but it really doesn't go into body fatness, your percentage of body fat. I like to think of a healthy weight as being sort of that natural weight that your body attains when you consume a healthy diet and have meaningful physical activity. So there are lots of ways to eat bad and there are lots of ways to eat well, but when it comes right down to it, there are certain foods and food groups, if you want to call them that are associated with a healthier or a less healthy outcome. That would be things such as high sugar foods, heavily processed foods, junk food. We've often heard, don't weigh yourself any more than once a week. And that's a good general goal once a week to kind of keep track of where you're at and if you're gaining weight, not to allow it to go up too much before you kind of catch it. But there's also really nothing wrong with weighing yourself daily as long as you are aware of what things can affect weight. Because you aren't just weighing body fatness every time you get on the scale. You're weighing your water. You might be weighing a meal that you just ate, basically. And usually day-to-day shifts are going to be more from fluid, whether you're dehydrated or maybe very well hydrated. Maybe you're holding some fluid because you had an extra lot of sodium or maybe a lot of carbs the night before. We're talking about measuring waist circumference or something like that. Waist circumference is actually a pretty good indicator of a healthy weight as well. With women, they generally say you want to be less than 35 inches and men less than 40. Anything above that is associated with a greater risk. And a lot of times, for example, when people exercise, they will lose inches in their waist, but they may not necessarily see a difference on the scales. Physical activity depends on where you're at, honestly, because if you are basically a couch potato now, if you get out and start, walking for 10 minutes a day, that's a great step. That's a good first goal, and then you can gradually increase, think in terms of maybe increasing 10% per week, and shoot for a goal of at least 150 minutes per week. That would be 5 days at 30 minutes a day. That's kind of the general guideline for physical activity. For planning for exercise, if you have a particular class that you go to, or give yourself just a designated time. This is going to be my time. Or you can look at your day like you do with the food. What's my day look like tomorrow? When can I get in a 30-minute walk? Maybe I can walk the staircase, at the hospital during my break. So just looking at a day ahead and seeing what your next day is going to look like and see when you can work it in. McDowell Wellness Center has a very large gym with strength training equipment and cardio equipment such as treadmills and ellipticals, stair steppers. We have a large studio where we have fitness classes such as Zumba, yoga, kettlebell amped, you name it, we pretty much have it. Plus we have the spin room where I and a few other instructors teach spin classes. That's the stationary bicycle. We also have an indoor pool, and you can come and you can swim laps. We also do have pool classes. So we have a really good variety of opportunities at the Wellness Center.